pioneer out there in radio land. Give me some straight talk, don't sugarcoat it, please. Straight talk, sounds sweet enough to me. But talk to me in circles and no mumbo jumbo jive. Straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. Straight talk, makes plenty sense to me. Now talk to me in circles and no mumbo jumbo jive. Give me just straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. Give me just straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. Give me some straight talk, and hold the sugar, please. Straight talk, sounds plenty sweet to me. Now talk to me in circles.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Straight Talk. What a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, beautiful, glorious day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I want to say good afternoon to all our listeners out there. This is Straight Talk. I'm your host, Gregory Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Aubrey, and former Senator Derek Sims. We are broadcasting live on Global 99.5 FM from our studios located Shirley Street and Elizabeth Avenue in beautiful Nassau in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Today's show is being brought to you by Doc's Pharmacy, located Robertson Road, by Massa Sis, located Village Road, by Nature's Gifts Fresh Roasted Peanuts, located Market Street South, by Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from, by First Choice Appraisals and Sales, by Geneva Brass Seafood, located Eden Street off Farrington Road, and by the 6th Annual Bishop Edward Missick Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. To participate in our show today, you can call us at telephone numbers 326-0271, that's 326-0271, or 326-0272, that's 326-0272. You can also text us at 552-7902, that's 552-7902. We are streaming live at www.globalradio995fm.com. That's www.globalradio995fm.com. In addition, you can also watch us live on Facebook. Yes, we're on Facebook. Just search for Global Radio 995. Like us on Facebook and send us your comments, and we will respond to them live on Facebook. So tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell everyone that Straight Talk is on the air. I want to say good afternoon to our producer and engineer, Nathan. To my co-host, Martin Aubrey. Good afternoon, Martin.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much. It's good to be here. It's now the month of August, and we are getting on past the midway of the year. And things are beginning to look a little brighter for some. And others are telling us that the Bahamas is posing a very unique challenge in very many areas. There are some social ills that we need to start paying close attention to and to try to eliminate the plight that is facing the nation. We're going to get into all of these things later on in the show. We have a special guest here this afternoon, and I'm going to allow you, my friend, to tell us who he is and what he came to do.
Well, he no guest. He is past the guest stage. In fact, even when you come to visit my church, you come more than once, you don't call you guest no more. You become part of the family. So Senator Sims has been here now for well over a year. And so he is earned.
But every time he comes, it's a new experience. And it's different. That's the way I look at it.
Well, that's the way he is. He brings a different perspective every time he comes. Yes. Good afternoon, Senator Sims.
Good afternoon, Bishop. Good afternoon, Bahamas. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yes, sir.
The pots are boiling again.
The pots are boiling. Listen here. Gentlemen, you know, I don't know about you, and I know our listeners, I don't know, but I am sick and tired about these number of murders that are being committed. We had 9 murders in the past 7 days or so, and it seems like it's endless. What do we do, ladies and gentlemen, with all these high incidents of killing, senseless killing in our country, which is not gonna, it's not gonna do us. We're doing ourselves, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, because sooner or later, our enemy rebounded. We're trying to get our country back in order, and with the high level of criminality, even though some person might say, well, visitors have nothing to worry about because it's contained, it's basically among locals, but with the number of murders being recorded, we are certainly putting ourselves into a category all by ourselves. Per capita, it is too extremely high. I believe the last time I checked, we were somewhere around the third or so in the world.
Yeah, but you see, Bishop, there's no, in my view, there's no, not there's no, the love has diminished out of the heart and the senses of the Bahamian people. There's no more respect for God. And then once God is out of the picture, my view is chaos reigns. Okay, my experience as a youngster was most families went to church in the morning.
I believe they did.
You ask these families now about church, and they ask you what that is.
I grew up in church 3 times on a Sunday, every Sunday, including Sunday school.
Yes, sir, but Bahamas has become so prosperous, okay, that it's not God that is leading and guiding the Bahamas, okay? The Bahamas feel that it's their own power and their own might that is sustaining the nation. But like I said last week, you know, exalts the nation, and sin is a reproach to any people. It is sin in the Bahama land that is creating the chaos that is in the land. Yes, there are too much murders, but when you don't have love, what do you expect? When you can't reason, what comes next? There's a song somebody wrote, Rugger, something like that. This one got a gun, that one got a gun.
Everybody got a gun.
Yeah, well, it's manifesting today, you know.
Well, as I was growing up, some people had guns, but they didn't use guns to commit murder. They used guns for hunting. That's what they were for.
Yeah, but they hunt. They
were used for hunting.
They hunt the human now. You see, there's no conscience.
They use guns for wild hogs.
Well, these are wild
guns
hogs.
to shoot pigeons and ducks and
These
coots.
are pigeons and ducks.
That's
and
what they
coots.
use the gun for.
Yeah, but that's what the human is today.
The human.
But the human is pigs,
they hunt for food.
And goats,
that's what
and
they did.
Guns and pigeons, because the regard for life is so minimal. You know, we don't regard life. There's no more. And not that there's no more, you know, certain families in our archipelago, okay, do not stress the importance of the brotherhood to man, okay? Certain families do not respect themselves and their families. How can you expect them to then have respect for you? You see, it's the situation, Mr. Aubrey, that has to be corrected by the citizenry of the nation. Nobody's going to come from anywhere to pull the Bahamas back together. If the Bahamas is going to get back together and the ship of state on course, That's in the hands of the Bahamian people. Oh, if you're expecting foreigners to do it, then who's going to own your land, Bahamas?
But where have we gone wrong in this whole exercise in terms of our young men in particular resorting to drive-bys? For instance, you had a lot of drive-bys where people just roll up on you and they open fire and killing innocent people in the process, because whoever's in the vehicle with you, they can get spray, but they want the person or persons who are in that vehicle or in the home. And so this cowardice kind of killing, because obviously the culprits don't want to be caught. That's why they use those methods. But what has fueled all of this murder and the narcocide in our country? Once peaceful, loving, a caring society, we have now become an uncaring, ungodly, and can I say unpassionate? Dispassionate.
Yes,
is the word. Dispassionate people. We only care about ourselves, and that's it.
Well, we have a materialized Bahamas today.
Materialistic.
It is a materialization society. Okay, where everything now counts on the dollar. If you ain't got a dollar, to them, you ain't nothing. Okay, but in the earlier years, in the 60s and the 70s, when I say what I'm going to say, the majority of the Bahamian people will remember this phase for the health of the nation is the wealth of the nation. Okay? And we are a very unhealthy and sick nation now. So that's why we are taking, I think the word is retribution upon one another, Bishop. Okay? Because fundamentally, in my view, there is no more training in the Bahamas. Okay? The parents allow the children to run the home. And it's what they say that goes. Because of, in my view, the modern technology, the cellular phone, the computer, the texting, the internet, the parents are, pardon my aspect of ignorant to those things. And the children are born in those things.
Well, it's in the local parlance, it's called modernization, keeping abreast of the evolving and developing technology. That's what it's referred to.
Yeah, but you don't lose your foundation. Modernization, Mr. Audrey, is bound to come. But tell me what modernization has to do with the foundation of a nation.
Well, let's talk about it some more as to where we came from and how we arrived at where we are today. This location, this situation. Growing up, I was told that there's something in the jungle, the wild, wild west, called survival of the fittest. That means the strong absorbs the weak, or take over, control the weak. That the lion was in charge of the jungle.
The jungle, yes.
Well, all of those things, we cannot let those who seemingly are using the guns and the money derived from whatever kind of nefarious activity, criminality, or the criminals, to be allowed to take control of a nation.
But you see, it's occurring, Mr. Aubrey, because of greed. See, the guns that are in the communities, and I'm going to repeat it, the guns that are in the communities, somebody knows for a hand who have the gun, you know. But because, in my view, they will get a benefit from it, a flat screen television, for example, a laptop, for example, comes into the home. Ain't nobody interested in where a laptop or flat screen TV come from. They only know it's a benefit to their home, so they turn their eyes. So I'm blaming the parents and the adults of the nation who continue with the saturation in our land. It ain't no topsy dropping out of the sky. It's our children, the children of the Bahama land, who is facilitating and engaging in the actions that is, I'm missing the word, that is prevalent
It's rampant,
in our society
permeating the
today.
society. Yes.
And so it is incumbent upon all citizens to become involved, to protect, and this is a true fact, a Trinidadian man
Okay.
the other day
Yes.
says, the Bahamas is a jewel of the Caribbean, but Bahamians are not acknowledging that they have a jewel. I'm going to repeat that. The Bahamas is a jewel of the Caribbean, but Bahamians are not acknowledging that they have a jewel.
In this jewel, how did we as a people allow crime to be so rampant, to allow murder to be so casual in our midst? How did we allow? Where did this thing come from? We're being told that it is a drug element, that the murder is a part of a drug culture that's permeating our society,
Yeah.
that it is a turf war that's going on,
Maybe
that it is tit for tat, it is swift justice that they are executing, because there are people who we know have been committing 3 and 4 murders and they are out on bail. And people are taking the law unto themselves.
Should we declare a national emergency on this front of murders, that we're having this high escalation of murders?
Something has to be done.
We have to do something
It has
that
to be done
shouldn't we do something
immediately.
that is out of the ordinary, that's draconic, in a way that I mean, we may have to go, even if we have to initiate special laws. We are under siege, and we cannot continue like this. 9 murders in 7 days. I mean, and we seem to be oblivious to the fact that this thing is causing us so much harm.
Well, it's no big deal now. It's a regular thing in the Bahamas today.
But like as Martin said, when have we accepted this normalcy that we could just accept that we expect that a murder to occur every day?
Well, we've been accepting it for a little while now. Okay.
But enough is enough. I think it is time that someone, or a group of persons give the society a shot in the arm, a reality check. Wake up!
Yeah, but you see, Bishop, nobody wants to take that lead, okay? Everybody is looking to the government, to the church, to the teachers in the schools. But in my view, it begins in the HOME.
Okay.
If you take care of the home, then all aspects purity. It's not contaminated. But if you allow the home to go rampant, okay, and I said it is that way because of materialistic values, because of materialism. Challenge the Bahamas to deny it. They're too greedy. They ain't needy. Okay? Everybody would like to have a BMW. Yes. Well, I okay with the Volkswagen, you know. My Volkswagen can get me the same place your BMW, your Mercedes, your Jaguar, or your all you get you.
Gentlemen, this Commonwealth of the Bahamas that you described as in the world, that we as Bahamians don't generally recognize it as such because we take everything for granted. The
Yes,
sun,
sir.
the sea, the sand. We say we are a friendly people to the
Where?
rest of the world.
Where?
You watch our commercials that are played during the Super Bowl every year. Bahamas as a destination to the rest of the world where millions of people are watching. We say and we promote ourselves. It is better in the Bahamas.
But listen, the American Embassy.
It is better.
The
in
American
Bahamas.
Embassy, just this week, you know, there was
what we
a
say.
notification in the
Warning.
Guardian
It's a
or the
warning.
Tribune warning
Warning.
people not to go in
It's
over the hill
citizens
areas,
do
you
not
know.
venture far from port.
But you see, we are not acknowledging on with the state of our affair.
And what I was about to tell you as I started is that we are sliding as a nation. We are sliding away from this thing we call beautiful Bahama land into wasteland. Because if we allow what's going on right now unabated, without any intervention, we'll be still counting bodies as if it is nothing.
Yes, because we're taking it, you know, we're taking it in this approach. I can be wrong. I'm not as intelligent or as academically sharp
Or astute as,
or
as
astute
the powers that be.
as many
Yes,
other.
yes.
Okay.
People who are
But-
in
But if
positions.
if we are accepting as a nation what is happening after 25 years, you know,
yes,
see, this foolishness have not just started to occur. It has been going on for over 30 years without checks and balances.
well, some
So
people,
I'm saying to you, Mr. Aubrey, the child who was 1 year old, now 30-year-old.
But gentlemen, but let's look at this with a island 7 by 21.
okay,
7 by 21, New Providence, where we have the highest number of murders. You tell me that a small island like this, 7 by 21, that we cannot contain the number of murders that are being committed?
No, the police doesn't have control over murder. Murder is not a police issue.
But I didn't say the police.
You see.
well, the people have to
Well,
find a way to deal with it.
There you go.
I said we.
We the
It's
We
a
the
people
people.
thing.
I'm not
But we
restricting it to the
we are
police.
lackadaisical people.
It's
As long as it does not affect us.
it's approximately 369,700 of us.
Yes.
70% or thereabouts of us reside in New Providence.
Yeah.
And one of the ways we can begin to put a handle on this situation is finding the means by which we can entice or encourage many of us to move away from this little rock called New Providence. This is where the majority of our issues are taking place. And as you said so correctly, so succinctly, crime is not a problem. Crime is not a government problem. It is a people's problem. It is a societal problem. And until we find the kinds of programs to deal with our young persons, young men and young women, to intervene, to catch them before they commit these heinous crimes, whether it's murder, armed robbery, rape, whatever it is that they are getting involved in. We need to find some programs to put in place to attract these young people away from a life of criminality. And until such time as we are able to do those things, someone said we would go into hell in the handbasket. But just a couple of days ago, a woman that came from the Inter-American Development Bank, and they're talking about the Bahamas over the last 7 years, and they've gone back to review what has been happening in our country since the turn of the century. People have been watching the Bahamas. We came from somebody once called us a nation for sale. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Because
yes,
of alleged corruption in the drug trade.
Yes, sir.
Some people are saying what we sowed back in the 70s and 80s, we are now reaping today. Some people are saying these things, and they are watching us every single day.
But pardon me for injecting this, you see. When we go back to those days, to show you the culture of Bahamas, okay, the notorious drug lord was a big man in this society because he had what?
Money. And money.
But money, I talked about money.
Is power.
But I talked about money.
Land.
I talked about greed. I talked about greed. But Bahamas does not want to acknowledge that, Mr. Albrecht.
Are we reaping?
We are reaping what we have sowed. Okay? This is the manifestation of 30 years.
How do we then root up what we sowed 30 years ago? How are we going to root it up? We need to bulldoze it.
Yes, we must now take a almost scientific approach, you know, Mr. Albrecht, and we have to do a kind of indoctrination of the mind. Okay, you have to begin to and preach a different message. You have to show different ways. The Ministry of Youth has to come up with different programs to intervene with the culture of almost apathy,
okay,
to the community,
mm-hmm.
Okay, with I'm bringing it in with a training program for persons, so the person don't become delinquent, because I was always told the devil find work.
We are told
that
the majority of our crimes are being committed by persons, young men, in some instances, young women between the ages of 18 and 30. Most influential.
Yeah.
The youth of the nation at the very same time. Within that very same age category, it is the highest in the unemployment rate.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you
between 18 and 30.
Let me ask you on all Bahamas.
Yes.
This question.
People are idle.
This question at Linden Pinland. See, everybody forgets, you know. Well, you all don't forget. Linden Pinland tried to introduce a national service, you know. Oh, you don't know that?
Some people say that was not the answer to our problems.
Well, national service is the answer, in my view, to our problem. When a child reaches the age 16, between 16 and 19, it is mandatory that they enter the national service of the Bahamas So discipline.
Well,
The nation has no discipline.
American Development Bank has granted the country some money. Before his demise, the former Minister of National Security, Dr. B.J. Nottage, got all of the money to start intervention programs. They started something, changing the name in Fox Hill to the Department of Correctional Services.
Yeah.
They were supposed to begin some programs, spending millions of dollars to catch these young people before they enter a life of crime.
Yeah.
That is what they were supposed to do.
Gentlemen, song is playing in the background. We have to take a break. We're going to come back and finish our discussion. And when we come back, I'm going to give you the top 25 countries in the world with the highest murder rates. And it's going to be shocking to find the Bahamas sits in that 25. Yes, we have made the cut. We're in the 25.
Per capita.
Per capita.
Yes.
We made the cut.
We don't have very many people.
We're in the top 25.
We don't have very many people.
Per capita.
Murder in 146 per year.
Yes.
We don't have that much people to be getting rid of.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, we got rid of 1,000 or more young men.
But you see, if it's acceptable,
True murder.
if it is acceptable in our society,
Who's gonna marry? Who's gonna marry these young fellas like that?
We've got to come back. We've got to take a break.
They're looking for husbands.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned in to Global 99.5 FM. This is Straight Talk. We're coming back.
One pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at the finish line.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanuts!
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. Limited time only. It's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Guys, here at Global Radio 99.5, we hit the mark Talk every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be discussing crime, and particularly the high incidence of murders that are being committed in our society. And we seemingly, as a nation, have become immune, or
we're not totally paralyzed. But
we are far from it.
We're close to it.
We're not far from it, because I recall when we would have murders in our country, the whole country would be shocked for weeks, for days, for months. Murder. Now it just seems to be something that's normal. We are accepting it as normal.
It's like within the movie, the picture show,
Mm-hmm.
the theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming to you in your palm.
People are showing
with
it.
your smartphone.
Yes.
Almost immediately after the event takes
or
place.
or the same time while it's being occurred.
What a day is this? What kind of day?
While it's happening.
And it's no problem. Blood is being let, and we are filming it and sending it viral and think absolutely nothing about it. That is where we are. And that's not a good place for us to be. Absolutely not.
Well, we're going to look at leaders, that is the countries that are leading the world in terms of murder per capita. But Senator Sims, I just want to take up on what you have said regarding the the society taking it on as a collective responsibility. In recent weeks, months, the police have been scrutinized very carefully and to be blamed to some extent. People are placing the blame on the police. But you know, if I decide I'm going to kill you, you can increase your police presence as much as you like. I will guarantee you that's not going to stop me from killing you if I want to kill you.
That's correct.
And so it really goes beyond the police. The police can only do so much, and we have to commend the police for what they are doing. They're trying to be everywhere, but they can't be everywhere. Even if they are everywhere, it still that's not going to be a murder. Someone's going to be murder.
Okay.
Somehow our people's mindset need to change. We had a caller on the show the other day, and they started to tell us exactly what the problem is,
or what they think.
What they think is the problem.
Is, yes.
The problem really is that there is a turf and drug war going on. The police knows that. I believe our politician knows that. But the question is, what are we doing to eradicate it? We know who the leaders are. I believe the police know who they are. Many of them are perhaps known to the police. During the tenure of the Progressive Liberal Party, I believe they passed law for gangs. Have we been effectively using that legislation, or is it effective? Do we need further legislation that will target gang leaders? See, because like a snake, you got to cut the head off.
Mm.
You have to destroy the leaders. We have to also destroy what is attracting young men, and we might say only young men, but young girls are recruited and are involved as well.
Okay.
But we don't hear about the women them getting killed or involved to the extent where they're killing each other. It's only the young men. Gangs are not. I am certain that gangs do not only consists of males. The recruiting grounds, which has been told us, is also the junior high schools. Even the primary schools, students are target. They are being recruited to sell drugs to their peers. No, that's callers have given us that those intelligence. Primary school students are targeted. Primary, senior, junior high school students, high school students, they're involved. In fact, in each and every one of them, they are even recruited for drugs, for gang membership. So what is causing this attraction? Where have we failed as a society to address the needs of our young people to fill the void that they feel they need to get through drug and gang involvement?
Man, I know we're all ready for this, you know.
Bring it on.
I really know we're all ready for this.
Bring it on.
You see, when the Bahamas, okay, determined in the first referendum, I may kind of switch this conversation, but I don't intend to. When the Bahamas determined in its first referendum, no, absolutely no, to legalizing the numbers game.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The cabinet of the Bahamas said to Bahamas, screwdriver for you. Use that screwdriver. And if you get in my way, I'll penetrate the screw to you.
Obi Wilscombe led the charge.
Okay?
I can't forget it.
And
Cannot forget it.
And so where we are today, man, see, this has actually happened.
Now, could you tell me?
This happened to me this week.
Is that a contributing factor
Yeah,
to our
man.
crime problem?
Man, in the food stores, in the bars, almost anywhere, you see mothers bringing children in.
That is true.
For $1 here for this number, 50 cents for that number, 25 cents for that number. But who? Bahamas? Who is it enriching? How many citizens are benefiting? I venture to say less than 2 handful. And so it gives me a great opportunity now, okay, to call on the legislature to repeal it, okay? And if there has to be a lottery in the Bahamas, then let it be a national lottery. So there's an overall benefit to the community and not to personalities. And until we fix that dilemma, the Bahamas is going to be deserving of all the crisis that is going to come upon it, because it is an indictment on the nation to kick the people in their backs. And so I call upon this administration to take charge, okay, and to, I think the word is rescind.
Yes.
To rescind this law.
That means pull back.
Pull it back. And let there be a national lottery for the islands of the coast, where the administration of funds is for the total benefit of the nation, so that we can get the IMF, and what is the next one name? And the Moody of our backs, because national resources will be made available, Mr. Albury, to service these debts. Rich, certain families of our nation where we have today.
Well, you know, the IDB the Inter-American Development Bank, has released a report on the country. They call it its June 2017 report. And it recognizes, that the Bahamas is a prosperous nation.
Very prosperous.
Despite all of these challenges, these issues that we are being faced with, including crime, we are a prosperous nation. But we are sliding and we are going deeper and deeper into the doldrums.
Yes, we are.
And before we reach the precipice, we need to, like you say,
It got to be corrective
we got to
measures.
pull back.
Yes.
We have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, my brothers.
How are you?
All of y'all are doing well.
Wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank God.
Your phone is a little staticky, though.
I'm calling on that topic y'all hitting on right there. My first point on that is that in the Bahamas, we need to eliminate for a few moments the denominational situation and come together as the body of believers and pull down these demon spirits that are flowing in this land. Until we do that, these murders and whatever crime going on will continue. We need to get together as one, and we gotta petition God and ask God to tear down these demon spirits that those other people bring into this land.
We agree. We agree with you wholeheartedly about the petitioning of God Almighty. But in the process of doing that, should we not be doing some works?
Yes, we should be doing work. We should be doing some work. What we have to remember is that when we go back to the Old Testament, we read there, the children of Israel were doing a whole heap of nonsense. But until they get together and they call upon God, then God turns things around. That's the first thing that we need to do in this country. We need to drop this denominational stuff and come together as one and ask God to turn the situations around in this country. Number two is that the court got to stop doing foolishness, giving these fellas bail who were doing the crime. And the next thing is that we got to stop letting these old fellas from London dictate to us about this murdering situation and about hanging. Until we go back into hanging, this country will always be the same. If you study Bahamian psychology, you will find out that if one of them get hanged, or you announce one or two of them getting hanged, you see how quiet this town will be. Bahamians are afraid of punishment such as hanging.
Caller, we're having some problems with our telephone line. Too much static. If you can call us back. Thank you. Let's go to. We have a caller on WhatsApp. Good afternoon, caller.
Good day to everyone, Greg. How's everyone doing?
Are we doing fine? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I want to piggyback on what you all were talking about, the crime problem, Greg. But I sent you a clip a while ago coming in from ZNS about the former minister, one of the former ministers being arrested. You got it, Greg?
Well, I didn't have a chance to look at it because while I'm on the show, I don't really look at those things until I'm off air so I can examine them.
No, well, it's actually a clip that came directly from ZMS newsroom.
Oh, really?
I said.
So what are they saying?
Yeah, saying that saying something about Mr. Shane Gibson being arrested or something like that.
We've heard that rumor for about 2 weeks, but okay. So you said it came directly from?
No, it actually came from ZMS just now. Yeah, right, and it came from ZMS. Someone sent it to me, and I sent it to you.
Okay. Okay, we will review it on the break.
What I want to say, Greg, is, what I want to say in terms of the murder rate in the Bahamas. Let's face it, continue to just, you can't point fingers anymore and say about the youth this and the youth that and the youth the next thing. The truth is, we always tend to say that there's no hope for the youth. Let's just face it, it really ain't no hope for the future. The way how things going.
Can't be that bad.
I always remember, I remember clearly a gentleman by the name, I think his name was Sean Gomez from Customs. I believe he was shot and killed some years ago, and they shot and killed him as he pulled up to his home in Garden Hills. He had his little son with him, and they shot and killed him, and they put his son on his chest with his dad lying in the driveway. Now, I don't remember if they caught the person or persons who actually committed that crime. But can you imagine that young man's son grow up and is now a man and he knows exactly who killed his father and there hasn't been justice served? I'm just saying, that is the position that the young man is going to take. But I'm saying this is what is happening. Okay? How do you expect for him to feel? And it isn't like the politicians them can't do nothing about it, They are the ones that are responsible for bringing legislation to the halls of Parliament to curb these violent crimes and to nip the loopholes that is in our laws in the bud. And Mr. Sims.
But how are all these? We don't we don't manufacture guns. How are all these guns getting into our country?
Greg, I can say just this. I strongly believe that a lot of the guns that comes into the country, I believe it comes right through customs.
You said they come through customs?
That's my belief. I believe they pass it through customs. Whether or not customs detect them or not, I believe they come through customs.
But have you considered that we are an archipelagic nation? We have many ports of entries which are, for the most part, not properly manned or policed. We have a high traffic of travelers coming through our waters on pleasure crafts and so forth. We have also the illegal immigrants coming in. Do you think they only come and bring in trafficking in persons? All can't be coming through. All can't be coming through customs.
I'm not disputing that at all, Greg. I'm not disputing that at all. But what I'm really trying to get at, Greg, in order for you to get to the serious crime, you've got to deal with the little small infractions first. Take, for instance, throwing a candy paper off a moving vehicle later on. I think there should be a stiff penalty for that, and I said it and I'll say it again. But my main point is simply this, Craig. There are too many loopholes in our laws that is causing the criminals them to get away with these heinous crimes. Here it is, you have one person out on bail for 3 different murders. Okay, he didn't kill my brother, he didn't kill sister, he didn't kill Martin's mother, but yet he is out on bail. Now, how does me and you supposed to feel if we witness this guy kill our loved ones in cold blood? It ain't no justice for us. But the murderers could get bail. Come on, we have a serious.
But it appears that bail seems to be a death sentence
that needs to be addressed.
Bail seems to be a death sentence for those who are accused of murder. Many of them don't return back to jail. Many of them don't return to court. They go to the morgue and the graveyard.
And Greg, with all due respect, I don't want to sound mean, but you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay? And if you kill innocently, then you should be killed also, Greg.
No, but you should not take the law unto your own hands. That is
Criminal.
Well then, Martin, that is true. That is true, Martin. I agree with you. You come on.
We do
I'm
not
talking about
have any
astute gentlemen
tit for
and
tat
studio
laws
today. Don't you all
among
think that the
ourselves.
politicians
We don't
then
have
does
that.
not realize what the problem is that is facing the Bahamas with all of these murders? You all think for a minute that they don't understand and they don't know? Why haven't they acted? Why haven't they done something? You don't think the police them is sick and tired of arresting the same person for 3 and 4 murders? Come on, man. We cannot play with this anymore and try to turn a blind eye to it and then, you know what, put it on society. Man, we have to deal with those who is in authority, who is there to make sure that the laws are enacted for law-abiding citizens them to follow through and abide by. And the politicians has let us down. Bad. And until those loopholes are fixed.
As a citizen living outside the country, what confronts you as you move about, as people ask, they know where you're from? Are there any concerns being expressed regarding the crime in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas?
What I've been gathering up here, Greg, and I travel extensively. I haven't really been hearing much, but I always remember this. There was a time that I traveled to the Bahamas. I think it was back in 2015 or 2014. I was on Delta. I think I took a connecting flight into Fort Lauderdale, then onto the Bahamas, American Eagle. We had some tourists on the flight asking the stewardess where was a nice place to go and eat and all that different type of stuff and how to get there and all that different type of stuff. They were sitting next to me, opposite me. The stewardess told them, said, fish fry is good, but she wouldn't advise you to go there because it's too much crime. So I said, excuse me, ma'am. I said, as a Bahamian. I said, are you a Bahamian? She was like, no. She said, I'm an American. I said, so what gives you the right to tell them that there's too much crime? I said, anywhere you go in the world, madam, there's crime. I said, what is happening here doesn't necessarily might affect them, or what's happening back in the United States doesn't really affect me. But anyone from time to time can get caught up or get robbed or killed innocently as a bison. That can happen anywhere you go in the world. I said, so please do not say exactly what it is. I said, because then you're putting a bad name out there on the Bahamas. I said that most of the Bahamians are law-abiding citizens. I said, as a Bahamian, even though I live here, I will not sit here and allow you to influence these tourists and tell them not to go to fish fry to have Bahamian food. I said, I don't appreciate it. And I think that is something that we need to look at, Greg. But more important, until the laws and the books are changed, when you kill,
we begin
you can go to the Privy Council all you want.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do it. We
got the gist of it.
All right.
It's just Martin.
We got you.
You have to.
All right.
You have to.
Thank you. Yes.
Another thing before I go. Yes.
Go ahead.
Another thing before I go. You heard with interest what Christopher Hahn said to Dr. Ministers as they toured Albany.
Yes, we heard a lot about what he had to say.
He said he offered the PLP government a $700 million resolution to that power problem, and they ignored him.
He's invested in Bahamas.
Yes, for BC and the landfill, Martin is really amazing, man. It's amazing. I say jail from Perry Christie right down, every last one of them.
All right.
But have a good day.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, let's take this second break, and when we come back, I'm going to start to go down the list. I'm going down the list.
I will follow.
Yeah, we go down the list. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, our phone lines are open, by the way. 326-0271, 326-0271, 3260272, 3260272, or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902. That's 552-7902. This is Straight Talk. We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors.
Extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, VAT included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at the finish line.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction 3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 327 today. Doc's Pharmacy in Ridgeland Road, the pharmacy that never says no.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Straight Talk. I'm your host, Greg Colley, along with Martin Albury and Senator Derek Sims, and this is Straight Talk, Global 99.5 FM. Our phone lines are open, 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. And we've been discussing for the past hour the effects of crime and murder in particular on our society, and the effect that it's having on us as a country. You know, my scenario I usually point out that we all go together, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with politics. If someone is digging a hole in the boat, I say throw them overboard. We can't let criminal elements, destroy our country, all of us in the long run. We can't just turn a blind eye, put on blinders, and say, well, he ain't got nothing to do with me as long as they ain't touching me.
Somebody's found guilty of murder, we should be hanged.
Yes. And I said we're going to bring to you the statistics. 25 countries with per capita in the world in 2017, and these figures are up to June of this year. And we can go from the bottom up. Number 25 on this list. Number 25 on this list is the country. Where's number 25? I see 24 or 25. Oh, I've been Panama. 17.2 murders per 100,000. 17.2. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon. Panama is number 25, bottom of the list.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Now, on the issue of gambling, in the States, they throw the ball once, twice a day, and they have millions of people living in each state. Here in Nassau, they throw the ball 80 times a day. Now,
80 times a day?
What'd you say? 80 times a day.
You sure of that?
Well, one bet shop throwing the own ball 40 times, and in the States, they're throwing 40 times. That's a day.
My goodness.
So if you double check...
We're doing a lot of gambling.
Well, the government wasn't protecting the people. They were protecting the number fellas.
We are throwing a lot of balls.
Yes, I agree with the senator. They should have a national lotto, so when the Bahamian hit it, he can make some money. But the way you buy these, you can't make no money for the Bahamian people. You know, 80 times a day, you double check. The island lock is thrown 40 times. They throw 40 times of different states.
Caller, here's a question I have for you.
Yeah.
Is what they are doing in this country criminal?
Well, they don't have a gun, but it's criminal. You know, they didn't put anything in place. The only thing that they put in place is to break the Bahamian people. You know, how you can throw 80 times a day when people in the States, they got millions of people, they throw twice a day.
Wow.
Common sense can tell you that.
My goodness, that's enormous. 80 times a day. 80 times a day.
Yeah, you never knew that?
No, I did. Well, I don't fool with numbers.
Well, let somebody research it for you, and then they'll come up with that. 80 times. I'll look to throw it.
But I'm sure you're correct, because I believe Island Luck.
Island Luck.
They draw every half hour.
Every half hour, right, up to midnight.
From 8 a.m. to 11:30.
Right, that's 40 times.
Every half hour.
And then they got
every day.
40 plus with the American balls. So that's 80 plus times.
And you have houses in the morning. Another 20 at night. Another 22 in the night.
Well, how much is that?
Well, you did the math.
Well, the senator right. You know, they should pull back on that and do the national lotto. And at least if the Bahamian hit it, they would have some money. This way, they're gonna break the Bahamian people.
No, they only breaking those who are participating.
Well, that's a disease. And they said they were supposed to put in place to help the gamblers, but you ain't saying no, nothing in place to help the gamblers. That was only talk. Yeah.
Well, we know that there was something amiss when you could what the Bahamian people say in relation to a small group of people. When the Bahamian people said no, we don't want to legalize gambling, and the government said, well, we ain't listening to you.
We ain't listening to you. We can kick you in the backside.
How, in your view, can we as a nation put a handle or get people to stop committing crime in this country, especially murder?
Well, you go back to the old book. You got to hang them. The Bible tells you an eye for an eye, let the bishop know. You see, a person would tell you, I'll kill you and go to jail. But you'll never hear somebody say, I'll kill you and hang.
or I'll kill you and get hanged and come back.
Right, right, come back. You never hear them say that. I'll kill you and go up to Box Hill. But you'll never hear nobody say I'll kill you and go get hanged.
Once you get hanged, that's it.
That's it. That's the end of you. You can't kill no more. You know? Yeah, so the senator right for that gambling man.
Right. Thank you very much, caller.
Okay, no.
All right. 326-0271. 326, and my phone is all, I see all kind of tie-up. I see everybody sending me messages about former Minister of Public Service and Mass Insurance.
I won't get to that list. We was only at 24.
Yeah, I'll get to that right now. Shane Gibson.
I won't talk to Shane.
Being arrested and is going to possibly be charged in court tomorrow. But we don't have any confirmation on that. Everything is all over my phone.
Hey, you all gotta stop this bitch hunting, you know.
Let's go. I give you number 25 on the list. Number 25 is Panama, 17.2. Number 24 is Botswana, 0.4.
That's in Africa.
In Africa. Then Panama would be the first Caribbean one.
Well, Central
South America. Okay. Then the next one is Dominica. That's a Caribbean nation.
That's in the Caribbean.
That's number 20. Oh, sorry. I went from 24. Number 23 is Equatorial Guinea.
Guinea, yes. Okay.
19.3. Equatorial Guinea.
That's also Africa.
In Africa. That's two African nations, 24 and 23. Number 22 is also Africa, Nigeria, with 20.
There's oil and corruption.
Yeah.
Murder is rampant in Nigeria.
Number 21 is Dominica. Dominica is number 21, and Dominica only have 70,000 permanent residents. 70,000. But they're number 21. Number 20. Number 20. Is my mic still on? I can't hear.
I can hear you.
You hear me? Okay. Number 20 is Mexico.
Yes, the cartels reside there.
Now, with all that drug boys, and all that
kidnapping,
all that stuff, they're number 20.
Yes.
And you ain't here Bahamas yet, right?
No. Bahamas is closer to the top.
Doesn't that frighten you?
You mean chills?
Huh?
Goose pimples.
You already have Mexico now. With all those drugs and all that killing and all that stuff.
You want to take me straight to Bahamas?
No. We're going down the list. Number 20. Number 19 is St. Lucia, little small St. Lucia, 21.6, with only a population of 175,000 people. St. Lucia. How much Caribbean countries that I called so far?
3 so far.
3 so far?
Yeah.
So that tells you that the Bahamas is not alone in this murder thing. It's probably
within the region.
Within the region, we're having a difficulty with a high murder rate. Number 18 is Dominican Republic. Now, the Dominican Republic is the second largest country in this region.
Hispaniola.
Second largest.
Yes.
They're number 18. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't heard Bahamas yet.
Well, Bahamas the end this
Is
year.
Bahamas in the top 10? I'm curious.
Are you curious? Well, let's go down some more. Number 17 is Rwanda. That's another African country, 23.1. So how much African countries that have we had? About 4 so far? 4 out of 25.
Yes.
Number 16. Where's 16? Is Brazil. Big country like Brazil is 25.2. Over 200 million people.
Yes.
And you ain't here Bahamas yet.
Biggest population in South America.
You ain't here Bahamas yet. Number 15. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's another Caribbean country.
Caribbean nation.
How much that is so far? That's what, 5?
5 Caribbean nations.
Does that concern you?
Wow.
It's frightening.
Number 14. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, not African nation. Number 14. Number 13. Oil rich. And the third richest country in the Americas, Trinidad. Plenty oil.
And all of these countries you're talking about, I shudder to say it, but it's the truth. These are black people. generally speaking.
So far.
they're Negroes.
Yes.
Yes, they're Negroes.
So far.
We have a penchant for killing one another.
Black people like to kill people, kill black people.
We can't have that a part of our culture. It must be cursed.
Drum roll, please. Number 12. The Bahamas. 29.8 murders per 100,000. Number 12.
Is on the Bahamas, you know.
Now, you heard all those countries I called before?
Yes. I heard them.
With millions and millions of people?
Yes.
Per capita, Bahamas, with less than 400,000 people. We're number 12. Little bit under us. Colombia. Could you imagine that?
We're not in good company.
We're keeping some bad company.
We're in good company.
And as the list go down, you have number 10, South Africa. Number 9. Number 9, St. Kitts and the Nevis.
Wow.
33.6, St. Kitts.
And ladies and gentlemen, these are the countries with the most murders in the world. Understand?
Yes. You're keeping some very bad company.
And so it's time for this nation to take stock, you know.
Yes.
We're no longer known as a peaceful. Yes, go ahead.
Statistically, we are killing almost 30 people out of every 100 of us over a period of time. 100 people, you can guarantee, they say, that 30 killed. That is not a good thing. That means someone or some people within the 70 doing
the killings.
That's exactly the point. Exactly the point.
Number 8. Number 8. Swaziland, another African nation. Swaziland. 33.8. Lesotho, another African nation. 38.
Who's that?
United States of America.
No, sir. It's surprising the United States of America even named this
They make
list.
that cut.
Yes, because they got too many people. They don't make the statistic. They have too many people, and the number of murders is not visible among the nation.
Population.
You understand the point?
Yeah.
Number 6 is Jamaica.
Yeah, I thought it was United States, but I
Jamaica.
know Jamaica wasn't far away. And America is
But we have a lot of them here.
Carry on. Yes, a lot of Jamaicans are in the Bahamas.
Number 5 is who?
Number 5 is Guatemala. South Africa, Central America. And then El Salvador, Central, 41.2. Guatemala is 39.9, about 40. Then another Central American country, Belize. So it seems like those top 5.
Small place.
Belize?
Yeah,
They're all Central America.
They are murderous.
Still murderous. Central America. Then Venezuela is number 2. And Honduras is number 1. Honduras. And remember, Honduras and Belize, they're the same people.
Yes. One is Dutch.
They're the same people.
They just speak 2 different languages.
1 and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your list. Bahamas, number 12 on list, out of 25. That should give you reason to ponder and to think that we as a nation, we as a people, we need to do something about these murders. It's going to mess our country right up if we don't arrest it, if we don't change. We're killing out all of our productive young men and women, mostly are men. And so, it ain't got to do with politics. You could blame this one and blame that one. It's time for us to resolve this. We have to, as a community, as a nation, we have to come up with a plan, a program to eradicate, to reduce these numbers. We ain't keeping no good company.
We keep passing the buck. Like the caller was saying, he wants to blame the politician, all right, for not legislating, I think that's what he said, all right, but there was a saying in growing up, I don't know if they use it anymore, but charity begins where?
At home.
But home, see, home in Parliament.
And ends abroad.
You see? And until we get back to anchoring the ship of state with responsibility for the home. I think that's spelled H-O-M-E. It all starts H-O-M-E because the persons who are in Parliament, they come from an H-O-M-E. And so Bahamas needs to wake up. That we have just a greasy ball, man. We slip from the top.
We're sliding.
Straight down to the bottom.
We are sliding.
We have a cell phone caller. Let's go to the line. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
A very, very timely and interesting show.
Thank you.
First of all, I like to say, condolence to someone may have lost somebody this weekend or last week, coming into this weekend. Coming into this week here. We had a lot of murders. Many were young, ages in their teens. I just wish a condolence, first of all. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, I'll be listening.
All right. Well, first of all, one thing I can honestly say as a young Bahamian, we have to really deal with these gangs and this drug war. It's getting to the point where many children who are coming to school every single year is being impacted. Parents now are burying their own children instead of the children burying the parents.
My Lord.
My Lord, that's up, man.
I tell you, and then, we as Bahamians, we lost our ways. Matter of fact, we as black people, we have lost our ways. We have in this country many foreigners, and many of them are black. I heard the list. Jamaica. Was Haiti in the list?
No, Haiti didn't make the list.
Haiti did not even make the list. But Haiti has very, 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 very violent culture.
Okay.
And I think they won't make the list because their country is destabilized, so they don't even have the ability to add statistics anyway.
Okay.
So that could add to the reason why they are not on the list.
Okay.
But one of the reasons I really call to say that, the real reason we have this problem in our country, when you look at all those countries that you call, many of those countries were colonized,
Yeah.
especially by the British.
Okay.
And something we don't talk to ourselves, and we don't speak up how we allowed.
Are you still there?
It sounded like we lost that call. Oh, sorry about that caller. It sounded like you may have run out of minutes or so. If you
I think the caller was on to
call us
something.
back. Yes, go right ahead.
Problems, he says, that we are having is because
indoctrination.
Many of the countries on that list were colonies, meaning you were under a master. And once you got your freedom, you became wayward, lost. And there's some things that crept into your society, like corruption, for instance, especially in those African nations and allegedly also right here at home in the Bahamas. And it breeds this element among us, black men. once we begin to get some wealth, some land, we get greedy. And the more we get, the more we believe we should have. And then we become gluttons. And we treat everybody without regard to law and order. Then murder somehow creeps into the, because we then start to pit one against, to divide and conquer our people, to keep ourselves in power. And we have no regard for the law and for keeping and maintaining order. Major problem.
Are you suggesting that this is the royalty and their subjects?
This has to do with the aristocrats and the peasants.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a class or a sect thing. And we see it here in the Bahamas today. Households in the Bahamas are declining as far as poverty levels are concerned. People are employed, you know, but the value of their dollar, their take-home pay, has decreased or deteriorated tremendously. The money does not have the same value that it had 5 years ago.
It may be different. It may be different, you know.
So we are creating a nation of paupers.
See, it depends.
People who are greedy, anything to maintain a certain standard of living. Carry on, my brother.
But are those standards absolutely necessary? You see, persons, in my view, you know, only need basics, you know. And I started off saying they don't need a Mercedes.
We only need the basics.
The BMW. Okay,
but that's what
they
you
don't
say.
Need
they crave.
You can say that's
they crave.
But they say this.
When there is,
as far as I'm concerned, this is what I want.
It's an ingrained.
Yeah, but it may not be what I need, but it's what I want.
Yes.
So that's how I want to live. I see Mr. So and so living so and so.
Mrs. Got to have.
Mr. Got to. So why shouldn't I have?
But you don't say you're not aware, okay, of the sacrifices Mr. So and so.
All the circumstances under which they got that.
Circumstances in which they got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are desirous of it, but you really don't need to have it.
You ain't know how much bullets they had to duck to get that.
We create a society on deadly sins. Things, lasciviousness.
Yeah.
Avarice.
One of the things we talk about.
Greed.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Viciousness.
Go ahead. One of the things we didn't talk about, you know, the caller spoke about the gambling houses showing numbers 80 times a day. I mean, I was astonished at the number, but it doesn't surprise me. But what is that, and I would like to hear from this government, the people's government. We know that the progressive did not tax any VAT on gambling. Don't pay no VAT.
There would be none.
But the regular people, and this is sin tax. I don't care what else they're paying. If you're paying and you're gambling, you should pay VAT too.
We are indulging.
Huh? That's money that could. Let's go to the phone lines.
All the number houses should go back where they come from.
Yes, let's go back to the phone lines. Welcome, Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Hey, good day. Good day, brother Quali.
Hey, brother
Aubrey.
Good day.
Hey, brother Seth.
God bless you.
We got a little echo from you. You listen to the radio, eh?
Look at it down here.
Yeah, don't listen to yourself. Talk to us on the telephone.
We want to hear you.
All right.
Not the echo. Go ahead, Prophet. I said you got it up.
Prophet, turn your radio off.
All right. Don't get at me now, eh?
No, I can hear myself on the radio too. You need to turn it off for us, please. And just talk to us on the phone. And if you have an audience, tell them to just put the earphone in.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to speak on the issue of crime, brother Quali.
Carry on, my brother. Carry on.
I want to go back. Now, I understand they said the commissioner previously being removed, right?
No.
We don't know that. You tell us what you know.
What has happened to the commissioner of police?
What
I
do
want to
you
speak on like what on the issue of the swine problem.
Okay.
The segment we made a couple years ago, right?
Prophet?
Yeah.
Let me actually do something for us, because I know this is we're past our break time, our final break.
I don't have much minutes.
That's why I say call us back.
I don't have much minutes today.
Okay, go ahead, carry on then.
Anyway, Mr. Greenslade spoke to the media, right, at a press conference held at the police headquarters on Saturday, December the 13th, 2014. I don't believe it is fair. It is a fair position to continue to ask Commissioner and members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. He said, what we are doing to stem the incidence of murder, attempted murder, grievous harm, and serious crimes in the country. When we are arresting the perpetrators who are the prolific serious offenders, we are taking them before the court, black and white, and the case files are there, and we see these people in a short time later back on our street. He pointed to the recent release of a gun trafficker by a Supreme Court judge last week, adding that the seriousness of offenses were now on alert, meaning the police force to arrest, given that the serious offender was back on the street again. He said he took a personal interest in the case when the suspect was initially arrested, and stressed that his files will be carefully managed properly to ensure that everything was done properly. This person on bail for possession of 4 firearms, he told the media, brought in this country, he said at the time. A person in possession of 4 guns is a firearm trafficker. We changed it that we tried, we changed the man and we charged the man and took him before the court. He was remanded before a judge, and now he's back on the street. Basically, what Greenslade was trying to say, that they're doing their job, they put these fellas before the court, right? And for some reason, the justice system let these guys come back on the street, making their work less complicated and hard. Now, I want to go to some of the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister at the time, after Greenslade made that statement. Former Prime Minister Perry Christie said he and the Bahamian people are concerned about certain unsettling issues where persons are being granted bail for murders, only to be charged with the commission of other murders while they are out on bail. Mr. Christie said, who can blame the citizens for feeling that the legal system is being abused? On many occasions, I have spoken about the role of the Office of the Attorney General in a project Safe Bahamas. All within our borders must see and feel that the legal system works. I wish to focus on the prevailing perception that there is a revolving door for bail. This is to say that a person charged with an offense before the court is granted bail and released to continue committing offenses. Citizens just cannot understand how is it that a person accused of murder can possibly be released on bail and commit further offenses, including another murder. One person was brought before the court accused of 4 murders, 2 of which was committed while he was on bail. Who can blame citizens for feeling that the legal system is being abused? And as the former Prime Minister is showing you that the system lies within the court, the colleague, but and they letting these guys come back out as the police catch them, and they're making their work hard, man.
That's it?
I follow you.
Hello.
You finished?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Prophet. We can take our break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about what Prophet had to say when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Straight Talk. I'm your host, Greg Corley, along with Madden Aubrey and former Senator Derek Sims. And this is Straight Talk. We're coming back with our final segment after we hear from our sponsors.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First choice appraisal and real estate sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Vince, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at the finish line.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanuts!
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final segment of Straight Talk. I'm your host, Greg Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Aubrey, and former Senator Derek Sims. And our phone lines are open, 326-0271, 326-0271, 326, which number we having problem with? 72? Okay, don't use 71, call us on 72. We're having a little difficulty on 7. Call us on 72. So that's 326-0272. Please use that line instead. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902. That's 552-7902. And we've been discussing for the past hour and a half our dilemma the Bahamas is in. We are keeping some bad company. We are listed among the top 25 countries with the highest murder rate per capita, according to this listing of 2017 to June of 2017 this year. And I want to run down quickly the top 25 again to you. Number 25 is Panama with 17.2 murders per capita per 1,000. Number 24 is Botswana. Number 23 is Equatorial Guinea, 19.3. Number 22 is Nigeria with 20. Number 21 is Dominica, 21.1 permanent residents. Number 20 is Mexico. Mexico is the 5th largest country in the Americas. Number 19 is tiny St. Lucia, 21.6 with 175,000 population. Number 18 is Dominican Republic, which is the 2nd largest Central American country, 22.1. Number 17 is Rwanda, 23.1. Number 16 is Brazil, 25.2, with over 200 million people. Number 15 is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Number 14 is Democratic Republic of Congo. Number 13 is Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is the third richest country per capita in the Americas. And following Trinidad and Tobago is our tiny, small Commonwealth of the Bahamas, 29.8 murders per 100,000. And just below us is Colombia, 30.8 murders per 100,000. Number 10, South Africa, 31. Number 9, St. Kitts and the Nevis, 33.6. Number 8, Swaziland, 33.8. Number 7, Lesotho, 38. Number 6, Jamaica. Number 5, Guatemala. Number 4, El Salvador. Number 3, Belize. Number 2, Venezuela. And top of the list is Honduras with 90.4 murders per 100,000. The list of 25 countries with the highest murder rates in the world, 2017.
One of the ways to eliminate that high rate of killing, especially in the Bahamas, 29 out of every 100,000 of us. We need to find the means by which to create employment for thousands of our people and thereby keep them busy. If the people are busy working and going on their jobs and taking care of their families, their only time off will be for personal entertainment, relaxation, for worshiping, and they will have limited time to find for violence and killing.
You know, I agree with you all along until you talk about worshiping, because Bahamian people don't worship.
Well, we need to find ourselves
churches anymore.
In the church.
Bahamian people don't know what churches.
We need to find ourselves in the churches.
Church is a dirty word to them. That's where the pastors go to thief. You know, that's where the pastors go to beg. You know, unjustifiably beg. They raise hell and then they unjustifiably beg. See, Christian Council President raised hell the other day. I'm talking about, well, what Brave Davis said?
Stop witch hunting.
Stop witch hunting.
Yes.
Okay. Let the corruption that has happened in the Bahamas go without check and balance. The Christian Council follow up on the commands of Brave Davis, but not a Christian Council begging the government for land. You know, but you see, this begging a land by these ministers, right? Foolishness. I'm going to repeat it. It is outright foolishness, because I can remember some cases, you know, of ministers getting land.
Yes.
Okay. Then ministers will get the deed for the land straight. Okay. The deed is not, let me use Bahamian vernacular word. The deed ain't no church name. The deed. And then the pastor take the land. And then the pastor sell the land.
Subdivide the land.
Yeah, sell it.
Now listen, y'all watch your about now.
See, one right on Gladstone Road, you know. One right on Gladstone Road.
Yeah.
It's called now New Covenant Manor or something like that.
Okay.
Next one down. Next one down, Carmichael Road, you know. Next one down, Carmichael Road. It's called Montego Estate, you know.
Okay.
See, we letting people get away with this in our land.
What is the purpose of the Christian Council asking the government for land? I believe it is to erect or construct headquarters.
The only way, in my view,
for the Bahamas Christian Council.
The only way they should get that land
what should they say?
is if the deed is in the Bahamas
association or
Christian
the council's
Council.
name.
No more individuals getting land. Sorry about that, Bishop. No more individuals.
Are we talking about crime today?
Getting land. Yeah, that's crime.
Is it criminal?
This is criminal. Okay? Time. You see, I was talking about the Christian Council. They talk about, what brave them call it?
Witch hunting.
Witch hunting. Okay? It's not witch hunting, Bishop, when you're calling the nation to be accountable. Okay? If you're a thief, if you rob, if you're alleged,
stole.
Okay?
Yes.
If you go clear yourself.
Yeah, we gotta
go clear yourself.
Proven guilty. That's how we
But
operate.
you can't let these preachers keep getting land in the name of the Christian Council or in the name of Christianity. Then when they get the land, you give it to them in their name.
Yes.
Then they sell it to Awakum. Okay? Or they sell it to Gold Cycle.
You know what triggered that?
Yeah.
I was saying one of the ways we could solve our problems with murder and crime is to employ people. And I said they should also find time for worshiping God Almighty. Go to church.
But men church and worshiping God.
And you would have less idle time. If you're working, you got to take care of your family and your children. And when you're off, you find time for rest and relaxation, not violence.
You know, I believe on our way coming, you told me about another show where two individuals called into the show.
Yes, and they told the host they were non-believers, they were atheists. And one say he was hear voices in his head when people say they go into church on Sunday mornings. You hear all kinds of things. But he said, and the next one said he was anti-Christ. So we got all kinds of people living in our society.
You didn't let him express.
And that's the way you would find out exactly what they are thinking if you allow them to express themselves.
Well, you know,
cut them off short, dismiss them, you're opening up more.
It brings to mind Mark chapter 1, verses 21 to 28, when Jesus went into the synagogue to preach.
Yes.
And the word of God says when Jesus was preaching, this man came into the synagogue, and all of a sudden he started to make noise and disrupt the service. But Jesus allowed him to speak. But after he finished speaking, Jesus rebuked him. And he rebuked this, he ordered the evil spirits to come out of the man.
I think it was also that the man recognized who Jesus was.
Well,
whoever was speaking on the inside of him.
He knew who Jesus was.
Yes.
But that's why it's important that whenever the demon starts to speak, they let him speak. Jesus allowed him to speak. He had the antidote, he had the correction, he had the methodology to correct it. And so we need to not be worried about people. That is when Christians ought to jump into, spring right into action and declare the word of God. You see, I don't think enough Christians are using their godly influence and their opportunity to speak to people, to share God's word with them. Many people they have the belief and the impression that it's only the pastors who are charged to speak and to bear witness to Jesus Christ. Every believer has that responsibility, whether you're and you ought to use that influence in your circle of influence wherever you are, whether it's in your home, whether it's at work, whether casually speaking. We have to use whatever time God has to share the good news of the kingdom. And that is what's lacking, I think, overall in our society. A lot of us have either afraid or don't feel that we are equipped enough to speak to others about the goodness of God and His kingdom, but you just need to share what God has been doing in your life. You shouldn't feel bad if people don't accept what you say. You don't, but do it anyway. The Holy Spirit will convict that person. It's not don't feel that they are rejecting you. God, through His Holy Spirit, will work on them. You just do naturally to Christians is sharing the word of God without having to fight or having to force it. It should be something that's natural. Because once you have goodness, anybody who has something good, they keep it bottled up inside.
Well, the Bahamas needs to get back to the old landmark. And the old landmark of the Bahamas was God first. Okay? And there's I don't know where God is on the totem pole of the Bahamas now, but God is missing out of the Bahamas. Okay? And the Bahamas need a restoration of God in this nation, or a recognition.
But maybe many of us may be like how someone has characterized the leader of the opposition's speech. We don't know how to say sorry. Guys,
and to ask for forgiveness and to repent.
Well, you see, that's a different kettle of fish.
Unless you get to that point.
Yes, let me say something about that. The leader of the opposition. Let me say something about that. The Bahamas and the Bahamian people,
yes, sir,
have to be jack in the boxes.
Okay.
Okay. To allow the leader of the opposition to what is to dupe them?
Okay, duping. Duping is a good word.
Away from the realities.
Duping.
Away from the realities of what occurred in the Bahamas over the past 5 years.
2012 to 2017.
Yeah, now
have they been hoodwinked?
I hear the leader of the opposition.
Bamboozled?
I hear the leader of the opposition trying to pass it off on the former prime minister.
Remember those words?
But see, Bahamas and prime minister, you know, cabinet is collective responsibility. They are all responsible.
I remember he resigning from the cabinet.
No, they are all responsible.
That's why I say if he had any credibility left in him,
he didn't want to give any power.
No.
But they ain't got no power. You see?
He didn't want to give up any power.
No.
Okay, let's say prestige then.
Yeah.
But
even though they look ridiculous,
yes,
they're going around.
They bypass it.
Don't worry with them.
He still did.
Don't worry with them.
He had his car.
Yeah.
Had his office.
Yeah.
Had his chauffeur.
He held on.
Yeah, he had everything.
Despite being ridiculed,
he didn't need to go anywhere.
He held on, but he would have been seen as a big man.
I mean, big man.
Spoken up and stepped down.
He might have been leading them in the last year election.
Yeah.
Who knows, Brave?
Yeah.
You lost a golden opportunity when you let Mr. Christie quiet you down.
Yeah, but Christie is it?
A man, not a mouse.
Yeah.
Never a mouse. Brave Davis.
But
be a man.
But the present prime minister,
stand up for what you believe.
The prime minister must begin to challenge the leader of the opposition. Make him put in place.
Yes.
See, don't just talk, because all the leader of the opposition, in my view, is doing.
Gentlemen, the long and short of all this thing we're talking about today is we all have a collective responsibility.
The Bahamians are responsible for the Bahamas.
Yes. And if we want to see crime and murder decreased, we have to speak with our boys and girls.
Unified voice.
We have to nip some things that we have allowed to blossom. And it has a lot to do with materialism. The children
get rich quick
have gone astray. And it's time to call them back home.
Time to get rid of
but
to get rid of the
children
50
gone
cent.
astray.
Time to get rid of 50 cent mentality. Get rich quick.
Yes.
Die trying.
But the children are following the footsteps of the parents. You see, you're telling them one thing, but they are seeing something.
Well, let's
totally
talk
different.
to the parents. Let's talk to the parents. Give the parents the message.
Yes, it is they. It
Give
is
them the message.
they who must straighten up. Okay? It is the parent, okay, who plans for the children. Okay? And the plan of the parents, the majority of parents in the Bahamas, as well as pull this nation down to where it is.
Gentlemen, I want to wrap up on a note. The government is with criminality to all tie in. You got some dead people money every month. So they say they got some people who ain't on the payroll. Who ain't on the payroll? They're collecting government money.
Is that criminal?
If you collecting anything,
No, that's Stephen.
That's Stephen.
And that's an allegation.
No. So now the government is requesting all employees must take part in a verification exercise. You gotta verify that you work, that you're still working.
My mothers have to verify every year with national insurance. All right, then.
Not every year.
See,
6
months. 6 months.
So the government
make sure it's you.
The government is mandating that all of its employees take part in an employer verification exercise this month or face an interruption in their salaries, according to a letter from the Public Treasury Department. Persons who fail to present themselves to be verified will have their salary interrupted from September 2017 until such time as they comply with the verification and reinstatement process, the letter read. And so I see they have sent a whole list of centers where employees have to go to verify, to present their credentials. They say, yeah, this is me. This is my...
Nothing wrong with that. If you're collecting money, nothing wrong with you verifying that you are the person who is collecting that money, who is employed at the Ministry of Works, or at the Ministry of Health, or at whatever government service you are providing.
Make sure everybody who's collecting is alive.
Not only alive, but they come to work.
Make sure they, first of all,
there's some people who
you can't come to work if you're dead.
And they never come to work.
You can't come to work if you're dead. You got to make sure they're alive.
Law and order has to be restored in the Bahamas. There's no law and order here.
You can't have the dead man collecting a paycheck.
But it means necessarily to be dead, you know. You just don't come to work.
You can't come to work. You must be don't exist.
Does everyone fellas come to work?
Clock in.
Clock in.
By 10 o'clock.
And nobody see it for the rest of the day.
That's the crime. That's the crime.
Nobody see that person.
How we got to correct all these problems. We are
on
the payroll.
But I seriously appeal.
Challenges.
I make a final appeal.
Yes.
For the government of today to look at regulating the numbers business and initiating a national lottery for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
You go right ahead. But I ain't going behind you.
Well, congratulations on your fight.
There must become national lottery for the benefit of the Bahamian people and the Bahamas nation.
Yes, because we got to
not number houses.
We got to find a way to stop all of this crime that's going on. Back to Almighty God.
Back to order.
That's what we have to do. Call them back.
Back to order.
Yes, sir. Back to
call
order.
them back. If not, we're going to have more challenges.
Funds that the government need, you give them to 7 or 6 different families.
And more issues.
No, that's criminal. And you got this colossal deficit.
1,700 people.
Yeah.
And only 5 benefiting?
Oh, be right.
Can't be right.
So let us take stock.
That can't be right. That's criminal.
Let us see how we can rescind it.
Repeal it.
or repeal it.
Repeal the law.
Yeah, and bring it for the full benefit of the nation.
The Minister of Finance says some things are under review. Now we wait to see what is being reviewed. That's my 5 cents.
Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for listening today. This has been Straight Talk with your host, Greg Colley and Matt Nalbury and former Senator Derek Sims. Well, thank you for your telephone calls and your WhatsApp text messages. Oh, let me read this one before we go because they say, look,
They pay for that.
they pay for it. Look at the last names of those committing crimes, mostly foreigners. I don't know. Immigration need to send them home. They playing. All right, that's your. But thank you very much for your text message, your telephone calls, and those of you who join us by Facebook. And again, I want to remind you that you can watch this show after we come off air. You can go to Global 99.5, and it's a rebroadcast. You can watch it over again, and we encourage you to do so. Today's show has been brought to you by Doc's Pharmacy. Doc's Pharmacy, the pharmacy that never says no on Robertson Road. By Master Assist, located at Village Road. By Nature's Gifts Fresh Roasted Peanuts, located Market Street South. By Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from. By First Choice Appraisals and Sales. By Geneva Brass Seafood, located Eden Street off Farnham Road. And by the 6th Annual Bishop Edward Missick Memorial Back to School Fun 1 Walk. So once again, we'd like to thank our producer and engineer, Nathan, to co-host Matt Nalbury and former Senator Derek Sims. This is your host, Greg Colley. This has been Straight Talk. Good afternoon. We'll see you on Friday, where we will have Free Talk Friday. God bless.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners